Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My Aunt Hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome to the Vicky Show. We are so pleased that you have joined us today. Are you hearing me? We are so pleased that you have joined us today. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we continue our show. You know, we got a little bit of housekeeping that we got to take care of, Black family. So just a little bit of housekeeping, beloved. As you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Would you do that? Come on in, giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Family, I want you to be sure to text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Would you do that, beloved? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Giving us the thumbs up, liking, and sharing. Also, I want you to know that you can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. We want you to know that we have a store where you can get all types of apparel at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Thank you all so much for your kind words and your compliments. You overwhelm me with your kindness. Shout out to you, my dear Silent D Production. He said, all we need is a gavel. Yes, beloved, court in session. Okay, there you go. Court is in session. Court is in session. Shout out to my Instagram family. Instagram, I'm going to need you to get ready to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com because I'm going to need to use this device momentarily, okay? So Instagram, please get ready to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com because I'm getting ready to use this device momentarily. Thank you so very much. Now, family, now that we've done a little bit of our housekeeping, one more thing I want to add to that. I did an unbelievably amazing 1 hour mastermind the other week on angels. You all, it was so, the response from the attendance was so amazing that I'm getting ready to do a 2-hour mastermind that's separate from my weekly mastermind class that I'm getting ready to do on angels, Saturday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Go to flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com. I'm partnering with the network to help me set that up, but it is my mastermind. I'm going to be the one doing it for 2 hours. flynubianmastermind.com. Get ready to join, go there after this is over to sign up, family. I want you to pile on in there because if you're looking for a life of more purpose and power, this is the event for you. You're experiencing me there in a way that perhaps you have not been used to experiencing me before. Again, that's flynubianmastermind.com. Without further ado, let's get ready to get into it. Instagram, I'm gonna need to use this device right now. So get ready to come on over Instagram to flynubian, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. Now listen, family, listen. This is so fascinating what's been happening. Got hair all over the place. It's been fascinating what's been happening. You all know that I told you early on that I was getting ready to do this week I was going to be doing an expose, really an ode to LOM. Somebody put a new hashtag, LOME, LOM. LOME, LOM. Well, Vicky, what do you mean, LOM, LOME? Family, we've been shouting out throughout the whole week, Black-looking women who have been instrumental in assisting white supremacy. Are you hearing me? LOM, L-O-M. Did I say E? Forgive me for saying E. Just L-O-M. League of Mammies. God, today. Somebody talk black to me. So I'm going to continue my ode to this League of Mammies this week. L-O-M. I said E. Sorry for saying E. L-O-M. Now let's get ready to get into it. You all are familiar with surely one Jemele Hill. I was appreciative of her stance on some issues as it relates to Black people. I was grateful that she was a voice even in sports to speak to Black issues. Shout out to you, CH464, for your gift. Green is your color, Vicky. Absolutely stunning. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, beloved. So this was a woman that I was proud of and that I was cheering from a distance, even though you all know I don't fool with sports like that. I don't watch it like that. I consider it just 2 or 3 notches below a terrorist attack. But shout out to those of you that do. So to see a Black female woman in that field speaking to such issues meant something. But as time goes on, Black family, how many of you all know that cubic zirconia from a distance may look like a diamond? Somebody talk black to me. The CZs from a distance may look like a diamond. Watch this, watch this. But to a trained eye, Lord have mercy, when you take a closer look at it, you will realize it's everything but that. I want to be clear. Nothing that I say concerning Kamala Harris, nothing that I say concerning Jemele Hill, nothing that I say concerning any other Black woman or Black looking woman, shout out to you, Derek, is meant to be malicious. Don't get it twisted, the little fun that we have here and there. I'm not someone that's a malicious individual. But when you position yourself as a tool for white supremacy against us, when you allow your femininity, y'all hear me today, when you allow your powerful femininity to be weaponized against us, baby, you're going to get this work. And those of you that don't recognize it, I'm not mad at you that you didn't know. Just reserve your opinion until you are made abreast of the facts. I was just looking at a couple of the comments on my Instagram page. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. And some little ill-advised individual made a comment talking about division and you're attacking another sister, you know, things along that line. You're proving when you make such statements that you're behind schedule. You're proving how much you don't know. Let me hit the gavel again. Instagram saying I have static. Instagram, get ready to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. Instagram, that's a fan. I'm going to turn it off for you for just a minute because you're getting ready to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com, right, Instagram? But I turned it off for you. Watch this. So when people say such things as, why are you sowing division amongst Black people or Black women and all this other kind of stuff, you are proving how much you don't know. And it's okay. I don't know a lot of stuff. I don't fool with technological stuff real deep like that. I believe in other people doing it. And if I got the resources, I gladly pay you to do it. Somebody talk to me. I know what I stick with what I'm good at, what gives me joy and stuff. Things that make me feel just, you know, like I'm just doing too doggone much. It's just, you know, digging ditches. I'm not doing it. I don't believe in just trying to DIY everything. You trying to DIY your hair, DIY your nails, DIY sewing your own clothes, DIY doing your own computer stuff, DIY building your own house, DIY painting something. Just hire somebody, be a blessing to somebody else. I had a sister one time, bless her heart. She was telling me something. She was showing me something that she did, right? She said, girl, I did this myself. And I was thinking, oh, that's awesome. And in my mind, I was like, I can tell. With all due respect. Some stuff, you know, just see it as instead of trying to do it all, where else could your energy be if you be doing what you call to do sometimes? It's okay to do 2 or 3 things on your own and stuff. But sometimes just be a blessing to somebody else. Some stuff we be trying to be excited about. I did this on my own. We can tell. And that's not a good, some of that ain't good. But Vicky, you digressing, which I do often on the Vicky show. Let me get on to it. So for those of you that make such complaints and say such ignorant things like, you're just causing division, this sister is that, you don't even know me. And you haven't even listened to the broadcast, and you've been behind schedule. And when people make such statements like that, they're proving the effectiveness of how white supremacy uses them. Individuals that call enemies friends and family, you are proving the effectiveness of the weaponization of the Black female that's being used as a political bad witch. I'm not calling it out your name. I'm just telling you that we don't want you to have that kind of function. I don't need to hate on anybody. I'm cheering for these sisters. But when I know better, I do better. And because you don't have a trained eye to see it, you just go sit down until you can get it. Until you can understand it better by and by. I was raised in a church in Mississippi, and the old folks used to sing a song talking about some, you will understand it better by and by. In other words, they was trying to say there's some stuff, the way God moves in your life, everything's not going to make sense to you within that hour, within that day, even within that week, month, or year. But what does the song say? You'll understand it better by and by. You all don't like to be uncomfortable sometimes. And too many of us are lazy. You don't believe in reading. You don't believe in researching. Somebody talk Black to me. This is a space for intelligent Black people and spiritually intelligent Black people. Shout out to you, J Rock, for your gift. He said Public Enemy said it back in the day, every brother ain't a brother, so every sister ain't a sister. That's for sure. But what I want you to know is when I'm exposing these things, it's not for us to be ugly trolls and to dog these individuals. It's us highlighting the ugliness of how they're being used with the hopes that they'll see themselves and that they will course correct. And we're also highlighting these things for any other would-be Aunt Jemele Hills. We're trying to discourage you before we give you some work too. Somebody talk Black to me. All right, Instagram, I'm going to need to use this device. I can't wait to see you Instagram over here at flynewbqueentv.com. Again, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. I'm just posting this real quick to invite them to come on over. We're almost there. While I'm doing this, family, if you're watching us on flynewbqueentv.com or one of our YouTube platforms, please give us a thumbs up, and subscribe wherever you're watching us from right now. And if you happen to be watching us on one of our other platforms, even in another time zone, please make sure that you follow, that you share, that you comment, and that you engage. Would you do that, family? On the count of 3, I want you to like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so very much. And while I'm doing this also, I want you to know that the thoughts and opinions, this is my disclaimer I give, the thoughts and opinions that are expressed on this broadcast, FindingMeQueenTV.com and network, and our affiliate networks are not necessarily, may not necessarily be those of the individual networks, but they are my own. Are you hearing me today? Just want to be clear about that, beloved. Now that we've done that, I'm ready to rock and roll now. All right, so that's posted. Thank you so much for your patience. Now, the latest thing that's happened with Jemele Hill, something recently that's happened with Jemele, is a tweet that she sent out just the other day. Now, for those of you that regularly tune in, you know that not too long ago, I had to do a show on her recently. Clyde Green said, Tariq did a shout out to you, Vicky. Oh, thank you. Shout out to our dear, powerful Black brother and businessman. Thank you so much. I didn't, if he did, I want to say thank you. Folks in my chat are saying that he did. So thank you so much, beloved. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing, family. I'm always honored when our Black guides, are a blessing to us. Watch this, watch this, watch this. So you all know not too long ago, I ended up having to do a show regarding Jemele Hill. And I did the show the other day concerning Jemele Hill because of a piece, a hit piece that she wrote against the Black community. And she also attacked Minister Farrakhan. Now, you all may be wondering, what did she say? I'll bring that back to your remembrance in just a moment. But what she did most recently, just on the 11th of August, she sent out this tweet. By the way, just on Twitter, she has 1.3 million Twitter followers, right? And of course, this went all over the place because she got a whole lot of pushback. And shout out to you, Black family, that's not letting these League of Mammies win. Somebody talk back to me. How many of you all know that sometimes in sports they use the phrase league? Is that right, family? Well, the League of Mammies, the LOMs, hashtag LOMs, baby, they not winning. We pushing back. We're pushing back. Well, Miss Jemele Hill tweeted out the other day, I don't know who needs, let me just show you before I start reading. I almost just went straight to reading. I want you to know that this is not me. This is her public Twitter account. Do you all see that there? So you know I'm not lying, right? And I'm going to be playing a little bit of audio, not that's interrelated to this in just a moment. So just before I play that, and even while I'm reading this to you, I'm going to read another disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Thank you so much for your patience on that. You all know that on the Vicky Show, we like to cross our T's and dot our I's. Somebody talk Black to me. Now let's listen to this tweet that she put out, unfortunately. So the other day, Jemele Hill, regarding Kamala Harris and some other stuff, she tweeted this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but let Black women have this moment and realize people have demanded that Black women support people who are way more problematic. So yes, we expect y'all to keep that same energy. Did you all catch that? I'm going to read it again. The tweet is in the chat. Somebody talk Black to me. We give you even the tweets for your reference. Because some of y'all ain't about to read the books that I be telling you about. So at least read the tweet when you get the chance. What did she say? I don't know who needs to hear this, but let Black women have this moment. And realize people have demanded that Black women support people who are way more problematic. So yes, we expect y'all to keep that same energy. Some of you all might be like, well, what's the problem, Vicky? Dealing with a Joe Biden ticket, which that's what she's referring to, and Kamala Harris being named as his VP. Jemele Hill admonishes us. She said, let Black women have this moment. You all might be saying, what's the problem with her specifically saying Black woman. Black family, we are at war. Black family, we are at war. We are dealing with the most ruthless. Listen to me today. We as a people are dealing with the most ruthless enemy. Yet, we are dealing with the most powerful government and religion on the planet. What powerful government and religion am I talking about? White supremacy. Understanding that white supremacy behaves as a global religion and a global government. This global government of white supremacy that's fighting against, warring against Black people, specifically in America and around the world, means that we ought to all be on code. It means that we need every Black soldier and warrior on our team as possible. Now, I know some of you are glorified bones and biscuits and bootlicks and honorary white folk in Black skin. We know that some of you all are the children of Israel that wants to go back to Egypt. Some of you that want us to vote for nothing. Some of you that don't want us to do for self and build a reality of our own. We know that you still believe in the government that oppressed us for hundreds of years. I know y'all exist. But in this fight, in this war, some of us are conscious enough to know that it's actually going on. And some of you all are so deaf, dumb, and blind that you don't actually understand that there's a war going on and that it's intentional, that it's deliberate, and that it is being waged against us in every area of people activity. Some of you that recognize the reality of the war that we're in and the seriousness and the urgency of it, you've chosen, watch this, to enlist in this war. Let's be clear. There are different types of soldiers. Is that right? There are different types of soldiers. There are some that voluntarily enlist. There's some of us that say, well, I'm born for this. God, today, I'm one of them. There's some of us that's gone through the fire, that's been to hell and back and Hades and Gehenna. There are some of us that know different dimensions and some of the ins and outs of different kinds of war. We've been on a number of different, involved in a number of different theaters of war. And some of us say, I didn't go through all of that for nothing. Some of us are reminded about the price that our ancestors paid. Some of us are conscious enough to know the prophetic times that we're in. And that while it appears to be bad, we actually recognize that the pains that we're experiencing are labor pains. Shout out to you, Nita, for your $50 gift. She said, we should not vote unless the candidate promises reparation, period. That's right, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. That's exactly right. No reparations, no vote, nothing else to discuss. Absolutely. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. And if you're watching us, like I said, on one of our affiliate channels, please make sure that you follow and that you like. Listen. So some of us say, I recognize this thing for what it is. Some of you say, you know what? This is a war worth waging, and I'm willing to fight it. because there's a new reality that awaits us. There's a promised land. But when we read about the promised land, you understand that the Joshua generation are those that came after Moses. Even Moses, who was the deliverer for the children of Israel, didn't make it into the promised land. The Joshua generation are those that pick up the baton and they fight for the promised land. Baby, somebody talk black to me. Listen, some of us in this hour are providing education on economics. Shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins, who has over 100,000 online students in his school, the blackbusinessschool.com, where he, along with other Black instructors, teach you about business. There are different types of soldiers. Some of you who are teachers. Some of you that are healers. Some of you that are herbalists. Some of you that are business persons that have started your own companies. Some of you that teach other Black children. Some of you that conduct after-school programs. When you are investing in Black, when you are making your neighborhood safe and decent places to live, when you are investing and building a new reality brick by brick, you are a warrior and a soldier. And there are different types of soldiers. Shout out to those of you. Watch this. Watch this. Those, again, are those that are that volunteer to go to war. Some of you Negroes that refuse to admit that we're at war. And some of you that love Egypt so much. Y'all hearing me today? Some of you that love Egypt so much and refuse to acknowledge that America is falling. First Lady Michelle Obama was almost on the verge of tears. Former President Barack Obama yesterday was pleading with y'all to please vote. They told y'all, this ain't the time to withhold your vote. They're telling you this is not the time for us to be doing strategies to withhold our vote and all this other kind of stuff. Watch this. They are desperate and they are in shock that they are actually witnessing the fall of America. That's been written. The book of Revelation said, Babylon the Great has fallen, is fallen. But America, you're choosing to do nothing about your fall. And it's not going to be just a fall, it's going to be a great fall. You refuse to do right by us. So those of you who are still committed to the old dead thing, to Babylon, you're not committed to a radical reimagining of a new world. You're not trying to actually undo the very foundations upon which white supremacy in America is built. You sitting here trying to just repair. And we're saying to you, you're one of those soldiers that's not going to volunteer because you are choosing not to believe fat meat is greasy. You're one of those individuals that have to be conscripted in war. In other words, you're an individual that has to be drafted. Are y'all hearing me? You are an individual that has to be compelled to fight. Oh, this is good. And I'm going to keep reminding you of this. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. And I want some of you all to know that because you are slow to recognize we're at war, and because you're slow to acknowledge the vicious and diabolical nature of our 500-year-old open enemy, because of that, baby, doesn't mean you ain't gonna be involved in a war. How many of you all know that whether you admit it or not, you're getting beat upside your head when you're getting murdered? Whether you want it to be or not, you are in a battle. Your slowness to understand that will determine how many unnecessary Black casualties we'll have. You mourning, you longing for old Egypt, you longing to sustain white supremacist America, who has committed the worst crimes against humanity, being against us, than any other group for longer than anybody else. You still longing for that world and that reality, beloved. You're making it harder on yourself. The sooner you come to grips, bootlicks, butter biscuits, and you fake powerless boule, the better off you'll be. Now that I've said all of that, keep giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Watch this. Let me get on with it. Get on. Watch this. So Jemele Hill, she says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but let Black women have this moment. Why did I say all that? Because I told you guys that because we're at war, we need every soldier, every warrior possible, right? So when Jemele Hill, for a political purpose, for the Democratic Party, for Jim Crow Joe Biden, and for Kamala Harris, says, let Black women have this moment, and realize people have demanded that Black women support people who are way more problematic. So yes, we expect y'all to keep that same energy. No, baby, you're weakening our team when you start a gender war. She started a gender war when she specifically invoked, let Black women have this moment. Why would we do that in war slowness? We need all hands on deck. And the problem with this, family, is that this is exactly what a white supremacist America, specifically a white supremacist Democratic Party, would want. Why? I've been breaking it down all week. The Democratic Party is mad at Black men. They're mad at Black men for that little additional margin of Black men that voted for Trump. They're mad at Black men because they're exerting power and influence where they are telling Black folks to be uncompromising and to demand of this government reparations, demand of this government that they cut the check. So in retaliation and as a political strategy to continue to take advantage of Black people, they're elevating Black women and Black looking women like Kamala Harris and like Cardi B. They simply want to render the Black man irrelevant in the conversation. So by constantly shouting out Black women, China says, yes, Vicky. Speak Black to me. Yes, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000 votes. So by constantly shouting out Black women, by constantly giving them, making it appear we're going to give you some, no, not making it appear. By them constantly giving us biscuits and crumbs from biscuits, little positions, a little publication, journalist job, making you a talking head on one of these white supremacist networks. They keep giving you these trinkets to snare you. The trinkets are meant to snare you. See, when I'm giving you a check and a contract, when I'm giving you a little bit of publicity and a little bit of shine, When I give you a little award or something, award or something, when the thought comes into your mind to say something about white supremacy or to say something that's pro-black or to say something in support of reparations, you will think again because you will have these entanglements. Somebody say entanglement of job, of a little trophy, that little promotion. Some of you are cheap. Some of you are a cheap sleep. You don't charge very much to open up your political legs. And some of you don't demand a contract, a job, a position, or nothing. Some of you just demand nearness to whiteness. You just let me get near you. If a white person say you're good at something and the whole time the black community has been blowing you up, opening up doors for you, telling you how amazing you are, forget what black folks say about you, but let one little funny looking, funny smelling camper tell you special and you drunk and hypnotized and we can't do nothing with you but throw you away. Or put some jelly and butter on you. Biscuit. Soon as a camper tell you special, camper tell you can sing, camper tell you got something going on, camper tell you on the job you smart. You believe the hype of your open enemy. That's what you call deceptive intelligence in war. God, today. Because we're at war when your open enemy is telling you stuff, bigging you up, blowing up your head. And while they're bigging you up and blowing up your head, they're making you distance yourself from other powerful black folk because they don't want you to have that influence in your ear. You are taking the bait. You are receiving deceptive intelligence. Slowness. Vicky, get on with the get on. You got some more stuff to get to today, girl. Watch this. So Jemele Hill is not a first-time offender. When someone's a first-time offender, family, you want to have a little mercy on them. Is that right, family? First-time offenders, you want to have some mercy. None of us are perfect. This is not about perfection. But this is about when you are knowingly allowing yourself to be used against our arch opposer. We're going to give you some work. Now, while I remind you of some other things that she's done recently, that's absolutely egregious, that's absolutely unacceptable, I want you to continue to give us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like. Be sure to share. On the count of three, everybody hit that thumbs up button. And on the count of three, everybody be sure that you hit the subscribe button, would you? Well, I get ready to pull up this other article that I want you to listen to. Some of you may have forgotten this, but I got to bring these things back to your remembrance. It's my job to connect the dots. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, hit that thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now watch this. Watch this. Just a few weeks back, actually it was July, Jemele Hill wrote a piece, which I'm not going to read all that to you. The link will be in the chat, so you can read that later. I've already read it. I've done out entire shows, so I'm not going to read through all that again. But Jemele Hill in July wrote a piece for The Atlantic. She's a writer for The Atlantic, for this white publication. Shout out to our moderator that already has the link in the chat. I see it. That link is to The Atlantic, where she wrote a piece saying the anti-Semitism we didn't see. In that piece, she rebukes Deshaun Jackson and Minister Farrakhan and the black community. Jemele Hill at the behest of this white publication. And at what I believe, this is my opinion on this part, what I believe was at the urging of anti-Black people secretly, privately, I believe, urged her to write a piece rebuking our Black family for lies and them being falsely labeled. Jemele Hill, Aunt Jemele Hill, better known as a glorious and outstanding mammy, writes a piece dogging individual Black men. So you all can be slow if you want to see the attack. She allowed herself, number one, to write a piece recently, right? That tweet shouting out Black women saying, let this be a moment for Black women when we're at war. She's causing a gender war while we as in Black society are fighting our arch enemy of white supremacy. How many of you all know that when you divide and conquer, you weaken yourself? That's what she's doing. And to prove my point, she writes a piece specifically targeting Black men, calling them out and lying about them based on false talking points that white people gave her. She specifically dogged out Deshaun. She specifically lied on Minister Farrakhan, and she called Minister Farrakhan vile. But she wasn't done there. This mammy, see, let me tell you why mammies are important. Mammies, other words, also known as the help. The reason why white supremacists like the mammies so much is because mammies have an ability to persuade. She can coax her spouse and her children, her Sunday school class and her church and neighborhood into doing something. She helps to influence and urge us to do something without using violence or bloodshed. It's less costly for the white supremacists to do what she can do. Just by telling Annie Mae, just, you know, all them, that dozen them biscuits in there, yours, girl. It's yours. Fried chicken in there is yours. That white meat fried chicken that you like so much, that's in there, that's yours. Shout out to you, Nita, for your $50 gift. I know that's right, Nita. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thank you so much, beloved, for supporting Black media. Watch this. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Right? Watch this. Aunt Jemima's, the Black woman also is the first teacher, right? She can convince you that your oppression and that the bondage that you are in is not that bad. She can persuade you and make you to believe that your open enemy is just like you. She urges you to be patient and understanding with your undoing. And when you show restlessness, when you show dissatisfaction, she rebukes you. Let me tell you something. How many times have I told you all that the pain that Black folk are feeling, it's labor pains for us, it's good news for us. We're getting ready to build a new world. We're getting ready to birth a new world. I want to remind you of something else about a woman that's getting ready to give birth. My mother has had a lot of children. And when I'm talking to her about what her experience was when she had us, And then when I begin to think about the experience of other folk that I know have children, physical, natural children, one of the things that I've learned about some of you beautiful pregnant mamas is that when you're pregnant, everything gets on your nerves. Everything is uncomfortable. I'm gonna need y'all to tell me if I'm telling the truth, sis. Where my sisters at? Where are my sisters at? Ladies, I'm gonna need you to bear witness and let me know if I'm telling the truth. Sisters, am I telling the truth? When a woman is getting ready to give birth, I'm talking about you, Black family. See, white folk right now mad at us and saying, none of y'all happy. We can't call you niggers anymore. We can't call you people of color. We can't boss you around. We can't call the cops on you without your protest. You're out in the streets talking about your lives matter and stuff. You have the nerve to talk about you want a raise and stuff. Now you got the nerve to talk about you want some reparations. You was fine in the projects. Now you talking about you want to build your own and stuff. Now you talking about you want my position. Somebody talk Black to me. Shout out to you, Queen Nika. She says 14 weeks encounter. Oh, y'all send blessings on that beautiful baby that our dear sister is pregnant with. 14 years counting. I bless your baby. I bless your seed. And I declare they will do great things as a divine liberator. It shall be this way and no other. Watch. Listen. When I've seen some of y'all in action, watch this. Y'all don't even want the same food. God, today. The food ain't, you eat different. Somebody come around you used to love this smell, now you can't stand this smell. The man that got you pregnant, the man of your dreams, he's your king and your God. When he come in the room and stuff and he said, excuse me, baby. You said, what? Everything gets on your nerve when you getting ready to give birth. You're welcome, Queen Nika. She said, thank you, Vicky. No, thank you, beloved. Watch this. Am I telling the truth, family? Watch this. Then my mom says that as she got ready to give birth with one of us, she said she could even sleep in the bed and stuff. She said she had to sleep on the floor and with a pillow. Somebody talk Black to me. Everything is different. Stuff don't smell right, don't look right. I gotta eat a certain way. My head hurts. My nose is blowed up and stuff. My hair is all over my head. My hormones are all over the place. I'm uncomfortable. Don't you look at me. Somebody talk Black to me. Carrie said, all truth. This is what white folk and white supremacists, America and the world over got to understand about Black folks because we're pregnant. God, today. Because we're getting ready to give birth. Everything is getting on that doggone nerve. We about to reach 100% dissatisfaction. We ain't happy with nothing. Am I telling the truth? And then the people, your husband and your children and your family members up looking at you like, they don't like you because they like, look at her. They want you to be grateful. No, I'm not being grateful, baby. You know why I'm not being grateful? Because I'm getting ready to birth something. And when you're getting ready to birth something, let me help you today. This is how we move, Black family. Let me help you understand something. We ain't apologizing. Because we ain't all right with the way things used to be. When you ain't getting ready to give birth, I can just flow with whatever. But there's something on the inside of me that's growing. Today. It's a revolution I hope I'm feeding. Black liberation, Black empowerment, a new reality is getting ready to come into existence. So everything is getting on my nerves. But let me tell you something about a woman that's expecting. Thumbs up, family. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. And don't forget, Saturday, August 29th, you will be out of your mind to miss this. If you're any kind of somebody, if you're looking for a life, if you're looking for two things, a life of more power and a life of purpose, go to flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com. By the way, I got a surprise for those of you that are already a part of my weekly mastermind. I just confirmed that your access is free. Mwah! FlyNubianMastermind.com for my special 2-hour Angels series, mastermind rather. This is separate from our regular mastermind. 2 hours intensive. It's going to be hot. If you're looking for a life of power and purpose, watch this. FlyNubianMastermind.com. The link will be in the chat in the moment. Watch this. Black family, we ain't apologizing for nothing because we used to be okay with this. We used to be okay going through the back door. We used to be okay with inferior education. We used to be okay getting little $7 an hour little check and stuff. We used to be okay without a fair contractual agreement. We used to be okay and getting nothing. It's a new day. We're pregnant. Now let me tell you something, Black family. And this is what I want you to keep in mind when we're demanding reparations, when we're demanding that America pay her bill. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I've said it before. I'm going to keep saying it again. I know y'all like, Vicky, you always tell us this because we're people of repetition. And I am prophesying this reality. And I want you to know and understand this and never forget it. They're telling us, they're moving. The Democrats, the Republicans, white America is moving as if she's got a choice whether or not she's going to do right by us. She's been doing wrong by us for so long. She's moving like it's like it's discretionary whether or not she's going to give us justice. You got to be out your mind. Y'all don't understand how this works now. Y'all, white America, I know. You've been getting away with it for so long. You moving about the earth like it's discretionary. You moving America like you have a choice. God, today. But America, I told you this the other day. You are going to do right by us voluntarily or involuntarily. It's written. Just like Egypt, just like those 10 plagues. When we tell you to let us go, when we tell you, cut the check, and you acting like you don't hear us. Somebody talk black to me. When you're pretending and playing games, I'm going to need some clocks in the chat. Time is of the essence, Democrats. Y'all ain't got but 2 months and a couple of weeks or so while you playing with us. You're acting like it's discretionary. You're acting like you have a choice in the matter. No, baby, you get to do what we tell you to do. When we come to you civilly like Moses and Aaron did. So just let us go. Do this, that, and the third. And you refuse. Okay, fine. Climate change. Okay, fine. The whole government will be exposed and be undone before the world. Watch this. Let me help you today. Keep on, keep it on. Our disposition, Black family. The way we move is we are not Abilene and the Hill bowing, telling white folk, if it be your will, God, today. If it be your will, give us reparations. If we get them in, I just believe that once they in, we're going to take our chances on another 4 to 8 to 12 to 16 to 21 years from now. We're going to just believe God. No, baby, we don't move like that. We don't have to be ghetto and ratchet. But I can still be direct without cussing you out and still not compromising. How many of you all know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something, Democrats. Let me tell you something, white America. Let me tell you something, Republicans. Let me tell you something, Trump. When a woman is expecting and she's getting ready to go to the hospital, even though we know some sisters nowadays, we're doing it the natural way. Shout out to those of you that got it going on like that. But the average person still goes to the hospital when they get ready to give birth. When you realize that your water breaks, if it breaks, because sometimes they don't. But a lot of times when your water breaks and it's time for you to get ready to give birth, everything, watch this. The person, the individual that's getting ready to get in the car to take you to the hospital, how many of you all know that they're not going to follow, y'all play too much, the normal traffic rules and stuff? Somebody talk black to me. And how many of you all know that when you're getting ready to give birth and you're speeding, that if a police or someone like that stops you and they recognize that You're pregnant, and this is an emergency. How many of you all know that the normal rules and policies don't apply to you? How many of you all know that the traffic laws and rules have to adjust to accommodate your pregnancy? That's what we're trying to say to America. That's what we're trying to say to the Republicans and the Democrats. That's what we're trying to say to those of you that are engaged in this presidential election. You don't get it, baby. You're going to have to adjust to accommodate our assignment. Everything that normally would apply and that applies to everybody else don't apply to us. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Our time has come. We're in the fullness of time. Our baby is due. We're moving different now. The traffic laws have to adjust to accommodate our assignment. So the policies that these policies of benign neglect, which means you just ignore Black folk. These policies where you implement all this other stuff for the LGBTQ community, you implement this stuff for the immigrants, you implement all this stuff for white folks and for the general white man or woman. Shout out to you, beloved, who gave that gift in your kind words. I bless it 1,000-fold. Those things don't apply to us now. Everybody and everything getting ready to get out of our way. Somebody talk Black to me. Watch this. So, we're not about that life, Aunt Jemima. Jemele Hill. Sister Jemele Hill, we're not about that Aunt Jemima life where we go about God today. Who is this, y'all? Y'all know I'm never going to deviate from this particular analogy. I'm never going to deviate from this analogy because it's so relevant. And I'm not somebody that does a show just to be doing a show. I'm about a revolution. I have an assignment to get us somewhere. Who's this, family? What's this image? Y'all play too much. What's this about right here? What's this about, family? Tell me who that is. I'm gonna need somebody Black to talk Black to me. What's that about right there? What's that about right there? See, that right there is your modern bootlicks and bone licks. Look at that little white girl with her hand in Abeline's mouth from the hip. What's that right there, family? Say, image, a picture is 1,000 words. You right? Is that right? What's that, family? Let me tell you something. Y'all know it. Vicky been talking about this a long time. Hadn't the family? Never gets old. Y'all see that post right there? Y'all see that post? Do you all see that post? You is kind. You is smart. You is important. I exposed yesterday Roland Martin and the agenda of your Black bootlicks, who you can't just get mad at the white supremacists like the Hillary Clintons and stuff. Don't forget, Roland was busted because Roland Martin, along with a couple of other Black bootlicks, were secretly giving the Hillary Clintons of the world tricks to entrap Black folk. Remember, I proved that to you. If you missed my show yesterday, please watch the show. I lie not. Vicky only gives you proof and evidence when I talk. Some of you didn't realize that behind the scenes, that some of your Black bootlicks were actually helping to strategize to entrap you. And similarly, with this Abilene right here, y'all know where I'm going with this. I have to keep telling this because this is for the new people too, because some of them don't know. Watch the movie to help. Watch the movie to help. Watch this. The movie to help. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this little chunky little girl. Y'all see her? Isn't that a cute little white supremacist, little chubby, little cheek white supremacist? That white supremacist in that stage of life, that white supremacist look totally harmless, right? Black family, talk black to me. In this stage, family, in this stage of white supremacy, black folks get tripped up because this white supremacist look cute and cuddly with big old cheeks and stuff. Somebody talk black to me. So what you do when you're dealing with a white supremacist, you think that's so cute, let me help him. But one of the sisters in the movie The Help, what did one of the sisters in the movie in The Help say? She said that we raise their children. And what did she say? God today. She said then they grow up and be just like their mamas. You help to raise these white supremacists. You help to nurture them. You allow them to be effective because you don't take an uncompromising stance against them. You see them as cute. You see them as worthy of giving cookies to. That little girl had got on the chocolate cookies in that movie. Remember when she was trying to get her? What do y'all call it when y'all mamas teach your babies to pee and stuff? Potty train. Remember when she was trying to get the little girl to potty train and the little girl wouldn't go to the bathroom? And she said, I'm going to give you a couple of cookies when you go. That little girl, that stuff just came right on out when she offered her some to eat, some cookies. Some of you all, that's how you all see white supremacy. You see it as harmless. Oh, this is good. What I'm getting ready to say, family, I ain't that kind of maid. God today. See, when Vicky comes, if Vicky ever come across, if I'm going around with a maid uniform on and I get behind enemy lines and you got the nerve to get me with your young white supremacist baby, I'll put that uniform on. I'll go undercover. And I'll wage war. Not doing this right here. Because see, some of y'all don't know how to wage war. I got to remind you of this. Basic training means you don't go over basic training. You don't go over stuff one time. It's got to be repetition. Y'all see that? Where my post at? Look at Abilene. She kept repeatedly telling this little girl, this little white supremacist in the making, you is kind. You is smart. You is important. See, that's what Roland did when he was dancing with Hillary Clinton. That's what Roland was doing when he said, if you do this, you're going to get more votes. That's what Roland was doing when Roland secretly snuck a question to Hillary Clinton's campaign. And that black woman who used to work for CNN, Miss Donna Brazile, who now works at Fox News, when she ended up getting fired, Roland was involved in that. And when you see Roland try to explain it, it don't make no sense how he tries to explain that lie. I'm using Roland as an example with truth. Notice I didn't have to talk about his crusty, dusty hair or his looks or him wanting us to kiss his ASS. Remember, Roland always tells us to kiss his ASS. And I always remind Roland, that's too big a job. You're asking us to do the impossible, baby. Kiss your ASS. I didn't say that. Roland said that. Some of y'all call him Uncle Roro. What is that? He tells us all the time to kiss his A. I remind him that's too big a job. Possible. That's the impossible. I'm somebody that believes in the greatness of black folks, but there are some limitations, and that's it. That's about the only limitation I done pretty much identified with the black community. And that's kissing your A. That's impossible to do. If I go behind enemy lines, if I'm getting ready to raise a white supremacist, and y'all put Vicky Dillon behind enemy lines, and y'all know I'm born and raised in Mississippi. Mississippi is where they did this movie from. So I know all about the spirit of that. I got too many stories. My maternal and paternal lineage is from what back in the day we called the Dirty South. Y'all don't know nothing about no Dirty South, do you? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget my special 2-hour mastermind class on angels. The link is in the chat. Go to flynubianmastermind.com. Flynubianmastermind.com. Watch this. If I'm somebody's Abilene, dressed and looking like that, got that little girl in the room, her little nursery room by herself, talking about you is kind, you is smart. No, baby. Vicky played a role. I don't mind playing a role in white supremacy. But if I'm going to be behind enemy lines, raising this little girl, you is kind, you is smart. No, not in private, baby. I told you I'm getting ready to give you some nursery rhymes about Nat Turner. That's what we finna talk about. I'm never gonna stop reminding y'all of this. This is how you do warfare, Black family. If you're working in these white corporations, because we are in a system of white supremacy. But all I'm saying is be strategic. Don't be up in there working against your own people and sneaking and plotting against them to help white people. Slowness. You don't have an ultimate and a long-term goal. You got something going on just for you. Vicky's plotting for us. Don't ever get it twisted. Any niceties that you see Vicky engaged in with some white supremacists, it's because Vicky's got a long-term plan in mind. Don't ever forget that, baby. I'm just undercover. I'm a spy for the Black nation. If I got that little chubby little girl looking at it and stuff, all babies are chubby. I don't even believe in children that ain't chubby. I don't even believe in babies that don't have some fat and some weight and some cheeks. I believe in biting their cheeks, their legs, and all that. So you ain't even no real baby. But I'm talking about the open enemies children. You don't supposed to believe they cute like that. Watch this. I'm raising your child. Okay, I'm gonna put the uniform on. I'm gonna be talking to your mom. How y'all doing? I'm gonna clean, iron clothes, go to shop and do all that. And then you're gonna give me your little child. I'm getting ready to give him some nursery rhymes on Nat Turner. Not know you is kind, you is smart, and you is important fool in private, in public, in front of when the mamas and the daddies there. You say you is kind. Look, while I'm looking like this, you is kind, you is smart. Come on, somebody. While mama and them in the room, slowness. When mama and them gone, you wage war. I'm not saying you don't take the little child's life, but what you do is you tell them nursery rhymes about Black revolutionaries. You make them have a nightmare. Once upon a time. Why y'all laughing at me? Little chumpy little girl, you is kind, you is smart. No, baby, once upon a time. Come on. Come on. Come on, let me read you a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a little man named Nat. Remember, I taught you how to spell cat? See, how do you spell cat? C, what else? A, T. That's right. Nat spells just like it. But instead of C, we're going to say N. You ready? Repeat after me. N, A, T. Yay! Good girl. Once upon a time, it was late at night. Why y'all laughing at me? Stop. This is for real warfare. I'm not saying Black folks shouldn't be working. We're in systems of white supremacy. Some of you come to me like I don't know that we're entangled in this white supremacy system. No, I'm saying be strategic, fool. I'm saying don't use your publication, Jemele Hill, to write a hit piece against the Black community, telling the Black community in your hit piece that we're culturally arrogant, calling Minister Farrakhan vile, and lying on Deshaun too. Slowness. Once upon a time, there was a man named Nat. Remember, like cat? You know how to spell it. And he came up at night. Everybody in the house was fast asleep. Mommy and Daddy were fast asleep. And Nat tiptoed around the house. And real soft, he opened up the door where Mommy and Daddy sleeps. God today. And he had a shiny little object in his hand. Shoot. Next morning, I come to work. Miss Ann says, Vicky, Ashley was having a nightmare last night, screaming out some nat, just screaming, saying that he was a dark, black man coming at night, bursting in our room. And she just said that she didn't know what happened, but we never got up. And she ended up being adopted. Y'all better talk black to me. Has she been doing anything strange during the daytime? Have you noticed any differences with her? No. I mean, she's been doing amazing. We've been learning our alphabets, and she's been spelling cat and rat and pat and things like that. Today. Can't imagine why she would be having a nightmare like that. See, that's how you do warfare, family. The only other maid I believe in, with the help, Jemele Hill. I'm trying to give you strategies from the help. Jemele, since you insist on being the help, at least God today, instead of being this kind of an example, y'all ain't ready for this. Before I hit it, y'all know where I'm going. My day ones know where I'm going. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Jemele Hill and those like you, those of your ilk. If you insist on being a maid, that's fine. Just don't be this kind. There is one, however, in the movie that you can model yourself after today. Does anybody know what this means? God, today. Vicky said, oh, this is good. Not me, Vicky. Somebody in the chat with the name Vicky with a Y. Does anybody know anything about this maid right here in the movie? The hell? Why y'all laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me? Love cherry pie and put some pies in the chat. God did that. If you gonna model or be a maid in the help, baby, be an effective maid that's gonna help the black community. See, I'm not tripping if you're working for one of these white publications or you on one of these major networks. I'm just saying be slick with it. Let me tell y'all something. Some of you all think that the only way to wage war is with a gun. You can weaponize your pie cooks. God, today. Anybody got a recipe? Anybody know a good cook? Do you know that you can weaponize your cooking skills? I'm gonna need somebody black to talk black to me. And guess what? This sister didn't put no poison in the food. Vicky is not saying for you to kill nobody. Somebody talk black to me. Does anybody know about this kind of pie right here? Does anybody black know about how to have a help pie today? Do you know how to weaponize what you got in your hand? Whatever station in life that you have. Shout out to you, cuz I Tales from the Fields. You are the goddess Gria. Oh, thank you. Thomas Israel, thank you for your gift. They need that chocolate pie. Do y'all hear me today? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm talking to you boule folk. I'm trying to tell you, you better get in this war and be on the right side. Because what you bootlicks and you butter biscuits don't understand is with Abilene was doing all that to help the white supremacists. Abilene raised a whole bunch of children. I forgot how many children she said she raised. 17? Abilene raised 17 lily white supremacists. Abilene suffered the consequences though because her own natural black son ended up what? Being what? Murdered by white supremacists. But that wasn't all. Even though Abilene raised these children with faithfulness, even though she was good to these white folks, what ended up happening with Abilene before I get back to this pie? What scene is this from with Abilene family? With a purse in her hand walking down the street. What scene is this? I'm trying to prophesy to you bones and bootlicks who show all this dedication and this allegiance to white supremacy. You give your all. You jump out in front of bullets, in front of your open enemies. You dog us on their behalf. You give your life and lamb. You're good to Joe Biden. You get out there and stump for Joe Biden. You put your reputation on the line for Joe Biden. Somebody talk black to me. Y'all are some intelligent black people. What's this picture of right here, black family? What is this a picture of right here with her? Y'all see tears in her eyes on this picture? That's her being fired. See, when you do all of that for white supremacy, I'm prophesying to you, Aunt Jemele Hill, your destiny. While you doing all of this against for our open enemy, shout out to you, Erica. While you sitting here putting all that on the line for them, after being so good for them for so long, I know it feels good right now. I know you think you're something right now. But in about 5 minutes, baby, in about five minutes, she ain't the only maid that experienced this destiny. She ain't the only maid that experienced this. Look at this. Didn't the same thing in the movie happened to Cicely Tyson? In my line family, what happens? Spiritual Leaf said, bring it out, sis. Cicely Tyson was the old black maid, even who she worked for, threw her under the bus, God, today, after she worked for all of them for a long time. They didn't care nothing about that old lady being old. They didn't care about her raising all of their children and being good to their family. They still fired you. They'll let you go. It's your emotional self. And the reason they do it is because you fail to see the nature of your open enemy as who they truly are. Somebody told Black to me. But if you're going to be the help, I ain't mad at you. Vicky, family, don't misunderstand my passion for revolution for Black folk. Your sister is not dumb enough not to know that we've got to be what? What does the scripture say we have to be? Wise as a what? Serpent. And what else? Gentle as a dove. That means you've got to be tactical. That means that sometimes we have to feign weakness. Sometimes we have to engage with these different systems, right? For a Black long-term goal. Love Cherry Pie. My Cash App is in the chat. My moderator will give it to you, beloved. I don't usually say it out loud. So the moderator, they'll put my Cash App in there for you, beloved. Thank you all so much. It's blessing me personally. And all of you that are supporting the actual network with your super chat. Thank you so much. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Let's take a quick moment to give us the thumbs up, liking and sharing. There's a couple of plus thousand of you that are watching us live, and perhaps tens of thousands will watch later, not just on this network, but on our affiliate channels where our show is replayed. Watch this. But we're trying to get you to understand slowness. It's not a sure thing. Working for your open enemy and against your own people. But what we can tell you is that wherever you are, family, I don't care if you're still working on the corporate plantation. I'm saying just have a plan. And whatever your particular skill set is, whatever discipline or industry you are part of, I'm saying use it strategically. Despise not small beginnings, even if you are a cook. Watch this. Many weaponized her very chocolate pie. Her pie was chocolate for a number of reasons. God, today. For those of you that may or may not be familiar with the story, can you imagine? What do I mean by the fact that her pie was chocolate for a number of reasons? I said her pie was chocolate for a number of reasons. This Minnie right here, her white supremacist. Let me get back to the picture. This lady who was the help. She was fired by her white female Becky. That white woman, her former boss, disrespected her, right? So this sister right here was known as the best cook in town. Was she not? She was the best cook and the best baker. She was known for her fried chicken and her pies. I believe in chicken too. Good chicken. Chicken that's raised by, in a good farm and stuff. I know y'all saying, Vicky, I'm not saying I don't eat it every day, slowness. Every now and then I'd eat it. And I believe in that chicken. When I saw that chicken that lady cooked, I wanted some of that chicken. Some of you are vegan. Some of you are, what's the other thing? Vegan. Some of you all are vegetarian. Some of y'all, all that. Shout out to every one of you all. I take my greens. I drink me some water and stuff. I take me some healthy supplements and eat some vegetables and stuff and fruit. and some chicken from time, fried chicken from time to time. I don't care nothing about no stereotype that I open enemy. I will gladly eat some chicken sometimes. Fried chicken, good chicken, and watermelon. Proudly, gladly, with a big old smile on my face, and will feel joy, heaven, and like I'm the chosen one. God, today, shout out to all of y'all that's a vegan, and that's what else? Vegetarian, and that's other stuff. That's right. Like I said, I don't promote eating that every day. What did I say? I said, eat your fruits and vegetables. Didn't I say that? I said, I take my greens on the regular. Didn't I say that? With some chicken. Sometimes. So when that lady was cooking that fried chicken, I wanted some of Minnie's fried chicken. But Minnie understood something. She was real good at something. And guess what? The thing that she was good at, the white supremacists liked it too. Y'all play too much. So when her mistress fired her, disrespected her, she weaponized her pies. I don't care if you're a teacher, a writer, a janitor, a sanitation worker. Watch this. Are we talking about hurting somebody? No. She didn't put no poison in there. But she strategically put more than her foot in the pie. You know how we say, you know, when your family and stuff, because I got, you know, like I said, I have a medical caretaker and she cooks for me and stuff. And sometimes when she be cooking for me, I'll say, oh, y'all, but the other day when I was talking about vegetables, when I was talking about eat your vegetables and stuff, I had just finished eating a big old pot of beans that she made for me. Y'all, oh my God, today. Lord have mercy. God, today. Big old pot of, not beans, peas. My life was changed. I was transfigured eating them peas. Watch this. So yeah, I'm talking about just literally this week. So y'all, I'm sitting here just tearing up just 2 and 3 servings of these peas. Watch this. And I said, ooh, you put your foot in these peas. Y'all know what we mean. Minnie put more than her foot in the peas, in the pie. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Minnie put more than her foot in that pie, that chocolate pie. Hint, hint. I need my intelligent Black people to join the conversation right now. So Minnie put more than her foot in the pie and gave the pie a little deeper color. Are y'all catching that today? You catching it? You catching it? And so her white supremacist mistress who fired and disrespected her, Minnie knew she enjoyed God today. See, if you're going to be a rapper, if you're going to be a hip hop artist, if you're going to be an athlete, you know that white folks feed off of, they eat up your gifts and skills. You got to strategize and say, I know how to give them life. I pay their bills. I got to be strategic with this thing. Y'all better go think. You better go sit down and think first. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Don't forget, family. Y'all know I'm getting ready to give it to you this 2-hour special mastermind. This separate from my weekly mastermind. By the way, if you want to sign up for my weekly mastermind, you are somebody that's got some good sense who believes in your life being changed every day. Go to clubvicky.com for that. You can join right now for $1. And by the way, if you go to clubvicky.com, now I'm giving y'all all the secrets. Actually, if you join my weekly mastermind class that I do on Wednesday nights, if you join that right now for $1, do you know that you get free access to my 2-hour angel mastermind that I'm doing Saturday, August 29th? So if you go to clubvicky.com right now, you're going to get access for $1. You can join my weekly mastermind. And then after that, because you join, you're going to get free access to my 2-hour angel intensive. But if you want to do just the angel intensive, go to flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com. Those links are in the chat, family. Watch this. Thumbs up, thumbs up. The thing that Minnie did, she knew she had something that the white supremacists liked. So she weaponized that thing to get a strategic advantage. So she knew they liked her pies like that. They liked her chicken and her pies. In this particular instance, it's about these pies. How many of you all know all through scripture, people get caught up with food? Somebody talk black to me. How many of y'all know the brothers Jacob and Esau lost his what? What did he do? He lost his whole birthright inheritance. Why? For a bowl of porridge. Is that right, family? Watch this, weaponized. Who is that just said it? LaMarcus Watkins. I'm going to shout out LaMarcus Watkins. Watkins, Mr. Watkins, you got some sense. You hear what he just said? Weaponize your folk. Somebody is picking up exactly where I'm going. Somebody is intelligent enough to pick up where I'm going. Somebody talk black to me. We're going to weaponize our vote. You're going to give us reparations or we will not vote. Slowness. Watch this. So many knew she had something that they liked. Many weaponized her pie by putting more than her foot in the pie and giving the chocolate pie a little slight darker tint to it, the darker shade of pie. Watch this. She took that to the white supremacists. She came to this white woman who disrespected her and fired her. Watch this. And she pretended like she was humbling herself and she was coming to apologize. Did y'all remember that in the movie? Why did she do that? She had to first advance in her strategy. Ooh, this good. She had to first advance in her strategy before she just came out and say, oh, I'm going to get you later. See, some of you talk too much in the beginning. You telling us all your visions and dreams, what you gonna do, what you can do, what you got the ability to do. Just hush and move in silence for just 5 minutes. Get the strategic advantage first. Get that stronghold. Hook them first. And then snatch up that fish. Put the cheese on the trap. Make sure the rat is stuck in the trap before you go to talking about, I could just, I got some cheese. I'm about to trap you. Watch this. So she didn't worry about looking, like a slave in that moment, come and apologize with her pie. She made that pie. Watch this. That pie that she put in the pie more than her foot in the pie. Watch this. She let that white supremacist Becky take several bites of that pie. She didn't let her chew it. Watch this. That white lady, when she was eating that pie, she said, mmm. She was smacking. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what that white woman told her. Sitting there eating that pie. Watch what she did. Ingesting a weapon. Watch this. Just eating the pie. Voluntarily eating the pie. Watch this. She had the nerve to say this to Minnie. She said, Minnie, I don't know what you put in these pies. God, today. Minnie had a plan. And so after Minnie let her get it off in her system real good. She didn't trick her. She didn't tell her what I'm finna do. No, she waged this. She did this tactic. She implemented this tactic long enough to where she ingested that pie so good. She took enough bites of the pie. That thing started going down. That's when Minnie told her one of her little special ingredients. She put in the pie. She added something this time to the pie. And then when she told that white supremacist Becky what she put in the pie, she was able to use it. That was a weapon that they was able to use against her later on to shut her up. Because that little white supremacist devil did not want the whole town to know that she ate Minnie's boo-boo. Just put it out there. You see? So when she finally told her friend what she did, and then other folks got a hold of it, got wind of it, she ate that pie. She ate that pie with that extra ingredient in it. That worked for her favor that worked for their favor down the road. You see what I'm saying? So if you work in the music industry, if you work in Hollywood, if you're working in corporate America, you got to be strategic with what you're doing. Don't be up there caping for white supremacists in the way that Jemele Hill did, and you use your platform to specifically target black folks. No slowness. If you're going to be behind enemy lines, work something for the long haul for us. We don't mind you getting your bag. Now, you got a couple of little leeches out there and haters out there that dogs out black successful people because they want black folk to stay broke down. They're the ones that target and start false accusations against powerful black men and women in order to try to take them down. I ain't talking about them slowness. You got some hating black people out there that dog out any successful black person. Black people that's bailing other black people out of prison and out of jail. Black people that's paying other black folks legal bills. Black folks that's providing jobs for other black people. Black folks that's paying paying for funerals for other folk. Helping folks with their black businesses. We ain't talking about them slowness. People that dog out successful black folk are just like the white supremacists, because it's the white supremacists that destroyed black businesses. And the whole reason why black folks were brought to America in the first place is why, family? We were brought here for economic reasons. And so you get up, because you don't struggle to pay your rent, they mad. Because you ain't struggling to keep your phone on and your phone work every time they call, they mad because you can keep your phone bill on. Don't come up here looking like nothing. Don't level up your life. They felt confident when they could talk about how bad you look because you didn't have a lot of money. But if you get $2 or $3 extra and God bless you real good, let me show you what a blessing is. Somebody talk back to me while I'm showing you this real quick. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget my special 2-hour mastermind on angels. I'm doing 2 whole hours on angels. If you're looking for a life of purpose and power, a life of more purpose and power, sign up at FlyNubianMastermind.com, FlyNubianMastermind.com. If you sign up for $1 for my weekly mastermind, you get free access. You can sign up right now for my weekly mastermind for $1 at clubvicky.com. I do that every Wednesday, and then you get automatic access to my 2-hour mastermind, a 2-hour angel mastermind class. Watch this. Some of them get mad at you. They get mad at you when you get blessed. Other people start blessing you. I'm shouting out my sister. I know I'm embarrassing her. Y'all don't even know Kim, because several of you all are regular givers and stuff. And I love all of you. Everybody matters. Sometimes everybody don't have it to give like that. That's why I thank all of you. I tell you how much I love every single one of you. I tell you, even if you don't give, if you like, if you share, you subscribe, you are being a blessing to black media. But there's also something to be said of someone that's very consistent with the network and with me personally, Kimberly Washington. Kim, she gonna get me right now. Kim just sent me specially gourmet teas and stuff. Then she give me coin. And look what I got in the mail, y'all. I'm just embarrassing her. Y'all something else. Had it sent to my P.O. box from Alex and Andy. Y'all look at this. This beautiful and gorgeous piece of jewelry. I can't tell you the types of gifts that some of you guys giving me. And it's the sisters that be holding me down too. But some of you brothers be sending me little coin and stuff in the mail. Some of you old school brothers from the South. God, today, shout out to the brothers from the South. They be saying, look, I don't do all this technology, but I know how to get an envelope and write Mr. Johnny from Florida. Shout out to you, sis, who gave that gift saying sealing, healing, energy, and love. This is what I'm talking about. Isn't that beautiful? Y'all something else. Stuff I could never imagine, think of, or even ask. Watch this. So people get mad when you level up a little bit. Put yourself together to try to look like something. And they want to hate on black folk that come out looking like something, doing something for other people. And then want to act like they pro-black. And y'all be giving them unnecessary black credit in the first place. I'm getting off of that. Back to this, the hell. Aunt Jemima. The problem I have, my biggest problem with the Aunt Jemimas of the world is not because you decided to be a slave. It's not because you decided to be to work for white supremacists. It's about how you're using it against us. By the way, family, with the Cash App, that's the Cash App link that our moderators are putting in there. Please make sure that you're using the Cash App given only by the moderator. sometimes people will give you fake cash apps in the chat. So shout out to my moderators for even giving me the heads up. Black family, only give to the cash app that my moderators, the people with the blue, the people with online authority gives you, because there's some people that's putting fake cash apps in the chat. Now y'all know that that's a something from the underworld. That's dead diabolical for some of y'all to be putting fake cash apps in there when you see people got a good heart. So family, keep that in mind. So whenever the moderators give you the cash app, some folks been putting fake cash apps in the chat. So if I don't get it, family, some of y'all might have thought you was doing something for me or the network and you ain't doing it. Because some knucklehead done put some fake cash apps in the chat. Shame on you who doing it. And my moderator just said, you'll get blocked. I know that's right. And let me just prophesy to you right now. You do it, you going to lose in your life. And I prophesy holes in your pockets, holes in your pocketbook, holes in your wallet. Watch, it's going to be this way and no other. Watch, you're going to get a bill and a debt or something that you didn't even know that you had. Or a tax bill. You better go sit your funny looking self down. Don't play with me. I don't ask and beg and plead and all that for nothing. So don't come over here making no mess. We trying to build and do something, slowness. Now, I just wrote an order in the spirit. Watch it come to pass. Try it. Please try it. Please try it. Please. Watch you get something in the mail. Watch you get a phone call. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Let me say this real quick and I'm going to get on out of here. There's so much more that I can share, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this to y'all real quick. Y'all ain't going to like this. Some of you. What did I say in the beginning of the show? Do y'all remember? I told you that whenever I'm discussing Kamala Harris, whenever I'm discussing Kamala, whenever I'm discussing who? Any of them, the sisters or black looking women, it's never to be malicious. But I'm going to say this. And this is, it ain't no lie, it's just the truth. We know with Kamala, because this is a subject I don't stay on because I don't even really need to have this conversation like that with Kamala Harris. But how many of you all know that Kamala Harris launched her career based on information and belief, articles that you can read, for example, the Washington Examiner is one of them. They're not necessarily, a black, something that we're going to run to. No, all the stuff I'm talking about, you have to verify. Several sources show this. But this one in particular I'm reading from, it's from last year, 2019, about how she launched her political career with a $120,000 patronage job from her boyfriend, Willie Brown. For those of you that don't know, that Willie Brown was a very powerful black politician who, based on information and belief, did some political favors for Kamala Harris because she slept with him. Now, let me say something. Again, I don't have to get personal and stuff, but why am I bringing this up? Because some of you all that know that she actually engaged in this kind of material, you're not saying that she really didn't do it. They're throwing out stuff like you're being misogynist and sexist. Now, why am I talking about it? I'm talking about it because what you do in your private life is your private business. But the problem with Kamala is that it was for political expediency. And once she got in the positions that she got into, what did she do, family? For most of her career, what did she do because of that political advantage that she got by allegedly sleeping with this black man? She used the black man to level up. Let's keep it real. I don't have to go deep into her personal life. Some folks may not think it's fair game. Let me tell you something. All of us have made mistakes in our lives. That's not the point. The mistake that she made, though, and her leveling up, she ended up locking up every black person she could find. She was destroying more black families than she could think of. She opposed legislation for prisoners to get out of prison early because she wanted to keep them there so they could have a certain quota of black prisoners so that they could put out fires for rich white people. Am I lying? My problem is the way you leveled up. You used a black man to get to where you got, and she doesn't deny it. When these things are said, notice that the black women that come out to defend her, the black men that come defend her, they all say, you're misogynist, you're sexist. Let me tell you something. Do we talk about other politicians sex life and what that has to do with good judgment, what that has to do with, and what that has to do with the way that they will rule and govern, I'm gonna need somebody black to talk black to me. I'm not gonna get down and dirty. I don't even go deep in stuff like that because I just don't need to. But I'm just saying, how many other politicians' sex lives came up and we used that information as insight into their judgment? Some of them use their positions in order to gain sexual access to somebody or some group. So when it's said about Kamala, because Kamala may have done it with a black man, and because the advantage that Kamala got, she used those advantages to work against black people, that's why I have a problem with it. Like I said, many of us probably did things in our past that we wish that we didn't do. Again, the issue that I'm talking about today has to do with how she used that access. I did a show some time ago stating that Willie, her boyfriend, said that he was separated from his wife at the time. There's plenty of other information to where it's clear that other women refused to sleep with him to gain access to a political job or a political position. That's what I'm saying. There was still what they call a power dynamic. And what I'm saying is I don't have to get dirty or personal concerning her. But what I'm saying is, if you guys can talk about other politicians' sex lives and we use that as a measure, as insight to their discretion, their judgment, then why is it that when someone asks questions about that related to her and some other political advantage that she got and other more qualified women that were passed over because they were unwilling to sleep with him, how is it that we can talk about all of them, but when it comes to Kamala, you guys start to say that's being misogynist and you are being sexist? Again, I'm not going to be nasty and ugly. I'm just making the point that the reason why for black folk it may feel like it matters and it should matter is because once she got that political advantage, she threw us under the buses, a fleet of buses. And she used our backs as the liftoff for the plane she got on. That's all I'm saying. And you know, I have never gone very deep with that. But I'm just trying to say, if we're not going to deal with her relational life, then how is it okay for us to deal with other folks' relational lives? How many politicians do you know of where we have discussed their sexual indiscretions and how and what effect that had on their ability to govern? That's all I'm saying. If whatever she did was what she did and it had nothing to do with her political positioning, that's her business. But you can't act like that does not matter at all when you talk about all these other politicians' sex lives and how that has to do with their ability to govern if they were compromised in some way. That's all I'm saying, without getting personal. And because when she got her positions, plural, when she used a powerful black man to get money, vehicles, and I ain't hating on you, and political positions, she turned around and locked us up. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to say it again for those that's slow. I'm going to say it again for those that try to say, well, you just hating on that sister. Let me tell your funny looking self something. Vicky is not perfect. Vicky has made plenty of mistakes. I'm not saying that. But what I'm not going to do is make a mistake to where the mistake that I make has to do with the political position where I'm going to move into power and screw a whole other group of people over. That's what I'm talking about. when your decisions are consequential for other folks' lives. And you women love to run around talking about how you're equal to men, and you run around talking about how you're just as powerful as men, and we are, but our power is different. But yet when we call you to the carpet on something like this, you turn around and play the victim, and you start saying, oh, you're being misogynist, oh, you're being what did I say, misogynist, and what's the other one, sexist. No, baby, you trying to go, and we're looking at you strange because we're trying to see how much you'll sell your soul for, Kamala. We're saying that we're concerned that we see a pattern. That's what we're saying. So don't come to me about, well, Vicky, you act like you ain't never done nothing. No, slowness. I ain't trying to screw my people over. I ain't doing that kind of screwing. God, today. What I'm not going to do is screw my people over. Knowingly. And then you try to change course or make the appearance that you were changing course, Kamala, when she started doing stuff related to foreclosures. I know because I wrote her office, and her office actually responded back. Yes, they did. She was very strategic, very methodical, because she was charting her course politically where she was going to go. And because she was so bold and vehement and so demonstrative in her anti-Black hate, she knew she had set such an unequivocally anti-Black record. She knew that she needed to do something that appeared to be progressive. That's thanks to Black conscious folk. She realized the more she grew in power, from prosecutor, or was it city attorney, to what DA, to AG, Attorney General for the state, she knew that as she grew, she was getting more and more pushback, and she was encountering more and more activists and intelligent, conscious people. Don't forget that her sister, her Indian sister, worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign. Slowness. What did I say? Her sister was a part of Hillary Clinton's campaign. They're strategic. They knew what to do. So what are they telling you now, Black family, every time we talk about her prosecutorial record, her anti-Blackness? What do they tell you now? Don't pay attention to that. She has a progressive record since she's been a senator. That was strategic. She was advised that when you become a senator, they're going to forget about all of those years of you putting them on the modern plantation. And when you get ready to interrogate powerful white men in these hearings that don't even mean nothing, we're going to big up your ability to cross-examine them. Use your prosecutorial skills to give the appearance that you're cross-examining them. And we're going to tell everybody, just focus on the fact that she has a progressive record since she's been a senator for a couple of years. That's why your Black pundits are saying that she has a mixed record. That's why your Black pundits are saying that you can't just look at her past as prosecutor and attorney general. They tell you what? You got to look at her senatorial record too. That was a part of the plan, slowness. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. I got to get ready to go right now. I got to go. I love you to pieces. I want you to know that it's not going to ultimately pay when you sell your own people out. I want you to know I am not so stupid to know that we're not in a system of white supremacy. Black folks, we're not dominating every area yet. We're not dominating in business yet. We don't own enough businesses. I know we have to work within the systems of white supremacy, but there is a right way to do it. The wrong way to do it is exactly the way that Jemele Hill is allowing herself to do it. And what's so disgusting about Jemele Hill is the fact that she will call a Black man vile. She will tell some of the members of the Black community that we can be culturally arrogant. But then she would turn right back around in the same breath and give the benefit of the doubt to a white supremacist Joe Biden. That's what gets me about you all. You ain't Jemimas. You League of Mammies. You're a losing team right now. How y'all be doing them stats? What do they say? You 5-0, you 7-0, whatever. You losing right now. All I know is it's about zeros posted up for y'all's team. The problem is when you can see some good in Joe Biden, some belief in Joe Biden. You can forgive a white supremacist, but then you run out there and call a Black man vile and tell Black folks that we can be culturally arrogant. You lie on Deshaun and others when they improperly label our Black men for speaking out against white exploitation. And then you cause gender wars by saying that this is a moment for Black women while we're at war. I'm not trying to throw away my Black men. You know why? Slowness. Because we're going to need our warrior class on the front line. You can think you're special and amazing all you want to as a woman in the Black family. But we're never going to know the reality of all your Black specialness if you're dead and if you don't exist. Which means that's why you need a provider and a protector. Slowness. I'm going to be talking more and more to some of you Black HBCU students that might listen to me. Some of you college students, those of you that are attending especially these historically Black colleges and universities. Don't you let these white funded, allegedly Black universities and colleges corrupt your mind. I know they make you think that they're more intelligent than a Vicky Diller, but I can promise you that the stuff that I'm giving you and others like me, this is going to take you further. Slowness. You know, there's a scripture that I love so much and I always quote it, and I got to go for real, for real. And it's from Corinthians. While I do this, family, keep giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Don't forget that we have a business school where you can learn how to build a Black business at flynubianbusiness.com. Somebody please put it in the chat. flynubianbusiness.com. There's a scripture in 1 Corinthians 1 that I love. Listen to this really quick. I'm going to tell you all this. See, some of you all that's excited about these Black bootlegs and all these folks you think so intelligent and stuff. Let me tell you something. All of their Ivy League education is coming to absolutely nothing. All them degrees. Look at the state of the union. Look at the state of the world. That tells us just how deep and impactful your little education is. You got an economics degree. The finances are just a mess. Black communities' finances are a mess. You got an educational degree. Our people are being miseducated. Still, I'm just trying to say, take a look at how you're learning. And if the education and the knowledge that you're getting there isn't about you building the Black nation, baby, you just going to get education so that you can keep building the white world like we've been doing. We don't call you intelligent when you do that. There's a scripture that I love that says, brothers and sisters, think of what you were when you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. I'm one of those foolish things. And so are many of you. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. God chose the lowly things of the world and the despised things and the things that are not, to nullify the things that are, so that no one will boast before him. When I tell you, when I remind you that power in this season is coming from the ground up, I mean that. And we're going to let our results, We're going to let our collective unity, our collective intelligence do all the talking for us. It's a new day. I love you all so much. I can't wait to see you at my 2-hour intensive angel course on Saturday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Again, go to flynubianmastermind.com. If you join right now for $1, my weekly mastermind class, and for the first month is $1. So if you join my weekly mastermind class for $1 right now at clubvicky.com, that's clubvicky.com, you get free access to this 2-hour intensive. This intensive is not for everybody. If you're someone that's looking for keys to a more purposeful and a more powerful life, then this is for you. You'll experience me in a different mode there because I'm straight spiritual. I'm straight metaphysical there. And signs and wonders follow. I've already heard testimonies, confirmations from real live people, from things that I've done in the past and similar stuff. Thank you so much to all of you. I can't wait to see you again. Don't forget the Vicky Show airs live here on flynubianqueentv.com, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, weekdays. That's Monday through Friday. And our show, I'm so privileged, is aired and syndicated on several other platforms. And if you're watching us there, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Would you do that? Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. That's Instagram at Vicky X Dillard, and on Twitter. Sometimes I show out on Twitter just a little bit. On Twitter at Dillard Vicky. You can also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel at VickyDillard.tv. I love you to pieces. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Mwah.